Hey everybody, welcome back. Can't Drop here again today. Today we are going to be looking at episode number 2 of the classes that I would pick to main in Shadowlands if I wasn't going to pick a hunter. And today we are going to be looking at the Warlock, as you can tell by the title. I just wanted to give a quick thank you to everybody that has subscribed and viewed the channel and all the videos that I have made so far. I appreciate every view and every minute that you guys watch. It does help the channel, even if you just like and comment down below. It definitely helps with the YouTube algorithm. Helps get my channel out there. It helps, put the word out there that I am a content creator. If you could do that, it would be greatly appreciated. So let's get started. For the reasons for Warlock, number 1, 3 different range style DPS. You got your destruction, as we'd be looking at inside of the first clip, which will be BFA talents. You got your destruction, you have your demonology, and you have your affliction. We all know in BFA destruction bursts, and affliction it's not as good. Demo is good, but mainly for PvE. I haven't really played it out too much, but overall spec differences are great, and they have their own niche and utility to them both, which brings me to number 2. Each spec of a Warlock has different utility, like Demonology has its pets, Affliction has, a lot of different dots that help heal itself, and Destruction just has, big burst damage with the Infernal, and it just dishes out a lot of damage. As for utilities on it, it's got a lot. You can spam fear. You got gateways, soulstone, lock cookies. You can always make health stones for you if you want to be greedy, or you can make them for the entire group. You have dark soul for all specs, which is basically damage reduction. That's your wall. So it has its points, but it also has its weaknesses. Its mobility is really low. But coming into Shadowlands, the mobility aspect is kind of heating up. You have 2 different gateways you can spec in, you can talent into one, and then you get one standard. So, 2 gateways might make a thing a little bit better. Plus, if you go Night Fae, being a Warlock going Night Fae is kind of fucking ridiculous. But, you want to transform into a wolf for a teleport and more movement, go for it. But yeah, Warlock has its own niche utilities. You can just spam fear for the most part. You got Shadow Fury. You have if you're destruction, you got Infernal stuns. Other than that, Demonology has a little bit of CC to it as well, but not too much. So it would be one of those classes that really doesn't have a lot of utility that I would actually play due to the difference in each spec and its uses in PvE and PvP. Which brings me to my third reason. At least one of the specs for Warlock is viable in PvP or PvE, which means you could play one spec for PvP one week, and then you could play one spec for PvP the next week, because to tell you the truth, in Shadowlands, you're not going to be able to swap covenants whenever you want. So that really puts a damper, along with all your soul binds and stuff like that. It's going to have a cooldown timer. So just keep that in mind. But usually at least one of the specs for Warlock is viable in either or of the situations. Number 4. So it's good for solo play. I consider it a very good solo play class because you got each of your pets, you have your fears, you got your stuns, just the ability to gate out is awesome. It just does a lot of damage for a single target, especially doing damage to a PvE mob. For group play, I would say it's probably pretty good depending on what spec you want to go with. Right now, Affliction is looking really nice. So in the video that I'll be showing and that I'm showing you right now, in Affliction in the tree, you can make your corruption permanent on a PvE target, and it turns it to a 24-second timer on a PvP target, but it increases the damage by 15% overall. So I mean, it has its abilities to be very good in PvP, in a group environment along with solo play. Depends on how you want to play the class. If you're more relevant to going out and just playing around and having a good time by yourself, or if you want to group up with a bunch of friends, you have the ability to do either or. Number 5. I consider it a fun class no matter what spec you play. I've always been big on pet classes in general. So demonology it's really nice. It fits like a roleplay aspect, but I'm not much of a role player, so I more go for like the burst damage in PvP right now is Destro, big time. But tell you guys the truth, Affliction is looking really good. It's getting some nice buffs for Shadowlands, and if you're looking to try something new that you haven't really tried before, like a big dot spec that you just throw out malefic raptures on dotted targets and you just do a bunch of AoE damage after you have your targets all dotted up, then that would be a pretty good play style to try. You like a lot of pets, definitely go Demo. That way you can just summon as many pets, your Tyrant and all that good stuff. If you want to do more of, I would consider it bursty damage, definitely, because of the cast on Chaos Bolt and the time it takes to actually ramp up all your soul shards to get more than 2 Chaos Bolts going without an Infernal. So, I mean, it depends on your play style, to tell you guys the truth, but no matter what spec you play, it'll be fun either way. But to finish this video off, I wanted to let you guys know that tomorrow will be my Shaman episode. It will be episode 3. I'm going to make it the final episode instead of doing 4 or 5, because I am going to start taking every other day. I am going to start posting. So today I'm going to post, tomorrow I'm going to post my Shaman video with my top 3rd pick and then my 4th and 5th pick. And then I'm going to post not the day after, but the day after that. So today, tomorrow, the day after, no, and then the day after that, yeah. So 2 in a row, 1 day off, and then I'm going to start posting every other day. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you guys want to see more content. I post today, tomorrow, like I said, and then I'm gonna take a day off, and I'm gonna gather more content to work on my thumbnails and to improve content for the channel and for you guys in general. And then I will start posting regularly every other day until Shadowlands drops and I have an overload of content that I need to get to you guys. So that's all for today. Thank you guys again. Can't drop out.